Hello, my name is Rupali. I am from School of Engineering and Technology Department. My course name is Mathematical Foundation for Computer Applications and my course code is CAP 20422 and I am from CTU University, Ludhiana, Punjab, and this is my training video. My focus on this topic, that is matrix, and here I will explain the four topics, and the name of the four topics are: the first one is the definition of matrix, and the second one is the types of matrix, and then usage and importance of matrix, and the last one we will discuss some practice question regarding this. Okay, if we talk about the learning objectives of this course, that is matrix, what is the learning objectives? Means what we learn from this topic, that is what we learn from this matrix topic. And the first one is you will learn the value of matrix. What is the value of matrix? Value of matrix means what you learn from this topic, what is matrix and where you can use this. So these are the values of matrix. And the second one is you will learn the arrangement of rows and columns within a matrix. You all know about rows and columns, what are rows and what are columns. So as according to me, what is row? A row is a horizontal arrangement of something, that is any element or any symbols. The horizontal arrangements is known as row and the vertical arrangement is known as column. So you will learn the arrangement of rows and columns within a matrix. And the third one is you will modify this matrix with the help of some operations. Means the modification of matrix for individual operations, just like adding, multiplication, division, etc. So you can modify this matrix with the help of these operations. Now let's start with the topic. Now our topic is matrix. First of all, this is very important concept for the BCA students, and the topic is matrix. And now the definition of matrix is an arrangement of numbers into rows and columns. Means this is the arrangement of rows and columns within some array. Make your first introduction with matrices and learn about their dimensions and elements. So, what is matrix? A matrix is an arrangement of numbers into rows and columns in a rectangular array. For example, a matrix has 2 rows and 3 columns, means there are 2 horizontal positions and there are 3 columns, means there are 3 vertical arrangements. So you can say this is a matrix. So what is matrix? When you arrange something in a rectangular array in a row or in a column is known as matrix. So for example, in this there are 2 rows and 3 columns, means this is a matrix. Okay, so the next one is order of matrix. How can you find the order of matrix? The order of matrix is referred to as number of rows and columns. Means it depends upon number of rows and number of columns. In the matrix, how many number of rows are there or how many number of columns are there is depend upon the order of matrix. It indicates the dimension of matrix and also gives the number of elements in the matrix. For example, as according to this, if a matrix has m rows and n columns, then the order of matrix is m cross n, and the matrix will have mn elements. What is according to this? For example, you have matrix and there are 2 rows and 3 columns. So how can you explain it? There are 2 rows and 3 columns, then you can write it is 2 cross 3 type matrix, means this is of 2 cross 3 type matrix and its order is 2 cross 3. And if you have to find how many elements are there in the matrix, then 2 multiply 3, that is 6. It means that the number of elements in the given respective matrix is 6. So the order will be 2 cross 3 and the number of elements will be 6. Okay, now the very important type of matrix. There are some types of matrix that we will discuss in this topic, and all the types are very important. And there are mainly 8 types of matrices that we will explain one by one. The first one is row matrix, the second one is column matrix, the third one is square matrix, the fourth one is rectangular matrix, and the fifth one is diagonal matrix, the sixth one is scalar matrix, and the seventh one is zero or null matrix, and the eighth one is unit or identity matrix. All these types of matrices are very important, and this is a very interesting topic for all of you. And now the first type of matrix is row matrix. This is really very interesting. So what is the definition of row matrix? A row matrix is an important type of matrix, very important type of matrix. In this, there is only one row and number of columns. It means that the condition for the row matrix is, in the row matrix there will be only one row, and how many number of columns are there doesn't matter. Okay, so the number of rows will be only one and the number of columns as according to your choice. For example, this is your example, a row matrix of order 1 cross 3. That is, you have this matrix A is equal to, this is a rectangular array, and in your rectangular array there are 3 elements, that is 1, 3 and 8. How many rows are there? 1. And how many columns are there? 3. So the matrix is of type 1 cross 3. This one is cross, not multiply. Okay, so there is only one row and 3 columns, so this is the order of this matrix is 1 cross 3. So the above example, in this example there are 3 elements in the matrix arranged in the single row, and there are 3 columns. And you can take any example. For example, in a rectangular array you have 4 elements, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. It means that there is only one row and there are 4 columns. Then you can say the matrix is of type 1 cross 4, means its order is 1 cross 4, but the condition is there must be only one row. And how many number of columns? That's according to your choice. Now the second important type of matrix is column matrix. This is just opposite of row matrix. A column matrix, as according to the definition, a column matrix is the integral type of matrix in which there is only one column and number of rows. So, for example, you have this example. An example of column matrix is 4 cross 1, and in this your matrix A is equal to -1, 2, -4 and 5. In this there are only one column, and how many rows are there? There are 4 rows. So your matrix will be of type 4 cross 1, because as according to the definition of matrix, the order will be m cross n. So here m is number of rows and n is number of columns. In this the number of columns is 1 and number of rows are 4. So the order of matrix is 4 cross 1, and the condition for the column matrix is there must be only one column and number of rows. And the next one is square matrix. A square matrix is same as like a square. So as according to the square matrix, the number of rows must be equal to the number of columns. It means that the value of m and value of n will be same. Means how many number of rows are there and how many number of columns are there, they will be always equal. For example, this is your example. In your example there are 3 rows and 3 columns, and your matrix will be of type 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. So in this matrix there are 3 rows and 3 columns. So you can say the matrix is a square matrix, because in this case the rows and columns are equal. And the next type of is rectangular matrix. So what is rectangular matrix? A matrix which is not a square matrix is called rectangular matrix. It means that as according to the condition of square matrix, the M will be equal to N, and but in this case, as I say, the rectangular matrix is the matrix which is not a square matrix. It means that the value of M will never be equal to value of N. It means that the number of rows will never be equal to the number of columns. It means that M not equal to N. And you can take any example. As according to this, there are two examples for you. In the first example, there are 4 rows and 2 columns. It means that your matrix will be of type 4 cross 2, and in the second one there are 2 rows and 5 columns. So this is a rectangular matrix because in both the examples M is not equal to N. So this is the example for rectangular matrix. Means this is just opposite of square matrix. And the next one is diagonal matrix, and very important type of matrix. So what is diagonal matrix? The definition of diagonal matrix is a diagonal matrix is having non-zero elements only in the diagonal running from the upper left to the lower right. It means that there is as according to the example of diagonal matrix, this is your diagonal matrix. In this, there are all the non-zero elements. This is in the diagonal form from the upper left to the right corners. Okay, and this is your diagonal matrix of order 5 cross 5. And the next one is scalar matrix. So what is scalar matrix? A scalar matrix is a type of diagonal matrix. The diagonal elements of scalar matrix are equal and same. If the elements of the scalar matrix are all equal to 1, then it becomes an identity matrix. A square matrix A is equal to Aij and cross n is called scalar matrix. So what is scalar matrix? As according to my knowledge and as according to my point of view, the scalar matrix is the matrix in which there are the diagonal entries and all the entries must be equal. Means M is equal to N in case of diagonal entries. So this is your example. In this case, you have the element 1 and this is in the form of diagonal and all the elements are equal here. So this is your example of scalar matrix. Now your next definition is zero matrix, and very important and interesting example, that is zero matrix. So what is zero matrix? A zero matrix is a matrix that has its elements equal to 0. All the elements are equal to 0. Since a zero matrix contains only 0 as its elements, therefore it is called a null matrix. A zero matrix is also called a square matrix. A zero matrix is denoted by O. So what is zero matrix? A zero matrix is the matrix in which all the entries in the matrix are equal to 0 and there will be no other entries rather than 0. So this is your example in front of you, that is, there is a matrix in which all the entries are equal to 0 and this is known as zero matrix. It means that this is in the rectangular array, so then you can say this is a matrix and all the entries are equal to 0. No entry will be rather than 0. So this is the example of zero matrix, and very interesting and important type of matrix that is. And your next type is unit or identity matrix. So what is unit matrix? As the name suggests, what is unit? Unit means 1. Unit means 1. So a unit matrix or identity matrix is a square matrix whose all elements are 0 except the main diagonal elements which are 1. It means that the diagonal entries must be 1 and all the other entries will be 0, is known as unit matrix. Okay, so a matrix is defined as a rectangular array of numbers. They are arranged in rows and columns. The size of matrix can be determined by rows and columns. So in this simple language, what is unit matrix? In which the diagonal entries are equal to 1 and all the other entries are equal to 0 is known as unit matrix. Here is your example, and you have to denote the identity matrix as I. So this is your example. In your example, there are 3 rows and 3 columns. So the order of your matrix is 3 cross 3, and in this case, the diagonal entries are equal to 1 and all the other entries are equal to 0. So this is your identity matrix. Now you learn everything about the matrix. Now do you know what is the importance of this topic? Means what is the importance of matrix? So here is the importance of matrix. It helps in solving linear equations. Means it helps you to solve how to solve the linear equations. Matrices are extremely valuable objects that can be found in a wide range of applications. The application of matrices in mathematics is used in a wide range of scientific fields as well as mathematical areas. Engineering mathematics is used in almost every aspects of our lives. So you can say there is a great beneficial of this topic. Means the matrix is a very important concept for our daily lives also. Now let's talk about the usage of this topic, means the usage of matrix. So in geometry, matrices are widely used for specifying and responding geometric transformations. For example, rotations and coordinate changes. In numerical analysis, many computational problems are solved with the help of this matrix method, and this often involves computing with matrices of huge dimensions. So there is a very great usage of this matrix topic, and matrix is really a very wonderful method to solve these type of problems. Now there are some aspects in the matrix. So the first one is addition of matrix. As the name suggests, what is addition? Addition means how you can add two numbers. So in this case, in the addition of matrices, let's talk about the definition of this addition of matrix. Matrices can be added only if they are of same size. You can add two matrices if these are of the same size, means their orders will be equal. This is your condition for the addition of matrices. That is, if they have the same number of rows and columns, means the order must be equal. And if, for example, if the matrix A is equal to Aij and the matrix B is equal to Bij, then the sum of these two matrices will be A plus B is equal to, in the rectangular array, Aij plus Bij, where Ij denotes the position of every ith row and jth column. It means that you can add two matrices only in the case if both are of the same size. So this is the example of addition of matrix. Addition of matrix, the condition is the order must be same. Then add two matrices. The first matrix is matrix number 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is your matrix number 1 and this is your matrix number 2. You can add these two matrices. After addition, you have to add the first element of first matrix with the first element of second matrix, means 1 plus 0 is 1, 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 4 is 7. Just like that, you can add two matrices, and this is the example of addition of matrix. Now the second one is subtraction of matrix. Now what is subtraction of matrix? Means you have to subtract two matrix, means minus. So the subtraction of matrices is an operation where element wise subtraction applies to the matrices of same order. The condition is same in case of addition or in case of subtractions, means your order will be same, which essentially means that subtraction between the two matrices can only happen when both of them have the same number of rows and columns. It means that the condition is same, means the number of rows must be equal to number of columns, then you can subtract two matrices in a very simple way. Okay, so this is your example of the subtraction of matrices, means there are two matrices and the first matrix is of order 3 cross 3 and the second matrix is of order 3 cross 3. In this case you can subtract these two matrices, and after subtracting, what is the method for subtracting these two matrices? First of all, you have to subtract first element of first matrix with the first element of second matrix. So 0 minus 2 is minus 2, 1 minus of minus 6 is plus 6. Just like that you have to subtract these two matrices, and this is a very simple and interesting method to subtract two matrices. Now the next one is multiplication of matrix. How can you multiply two matrices in a very simple way? So for matrix multiplication, the number of columns in the first matrix must be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. Means the number of columns in the first matrix will be equal to number of rows in the second matrix. This is the condition for the multiplication of matrix. The resulting matrix, known as matrix product, has the number of rows of first and the number of columns of second matrix. The product of matrices A and B is denoted as AB. So this is the condition for the multiplication of matrices. So here is the example of multiplication of matrix. So there are two matrices. The first matrix is of the order 2 cross 3, means there are 2 rows and 3 columns, and the second matrix will be of order 3 cross 2, means there are 3 rows and 2 columns. Then how can you multiply? Here is the way to multiply these two matrices, means 1 multiplied by 10 means first row by first column, and then first row by second column, after that second row by first column, second row by second column. Now here is the example: 1 multiplied by 10 plus 2 multiplied by 20 plus 3 multiplied by 30. This is your first element and you have to use the plus sign between them. After that, 1 multiplied by 11, 2 multiplied by 21 and 3 multiplied by 31, and you have to use plus sign between them, and this is your second element. Just like that you can multiply all these elements, and you can multiply all and you can get the product of these two matrices. Now what is transpose of matrix? What is, according to you, what is the transpose? Transpose means interchange, means changing. Okay, so the transpose of matrix is found by interchanging rows into the columns and columns into the rows. The transpose of matrix is denoted by the letter capital T, and you can use this as a letter. So what is transpose of matrix? When you interchange rows into columns and columns into rows is known as transpose of matrix. Here is the example of transpose of matrix. In this case, you have this matrix of order 3 cross 3 and elements are like that: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just like that. And what is transpose of matrix? You have to interchange rows into columns. So 1, 2, 3, that will be in the horizontal form. This will be in the vertical form. So this is known as transpose of matrix, and you can denote it as capital G. Now here are some practice questions for this topic, and these practice questions are really very simple and all based upon the types of the matrix and the definition of matrix. So the practice questions are just like that. The first question is, if 3 capital A minus B is equal to 5011 and capital B is equal to 4325, then you have to find the value of capital A. So you have 3A minus B. So you have to find the value of capital A. It means that you have to put all the values in this equation. 3A minus B is equal to this matrix, and this is very easy to find capital A. So 3A minus B is equal to this. You have to put the value of capital B here. After getting this, this will be in the minus form. After that, this will be on the right hand side, this will be in the plus form. So this, you have to add these two matrices, and after adding these two matrices you get 9 3 3 6, and the 3A is equal to this full matrix, and 3 here is in the multiplication form. After that you have to divide 3 in the right hand side, and you can easily get the value of capital A. So this is your practice question 1. Now your practice question 2, you have to find the value of x minus y if you have this equation, that is 2 1 3 0 x plus y 0 1 2 is equal to 5 6 1 8. This is your equation, and you have to find the value of x minus y. And here is your answer, and you have this equation. First of all, you have to multiply 2 by this full matrix, and you get 2, and 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, and 2 multiplied by 0 is 0, 2 multiplied by x is x, plus the full matrix is as it is and is equal to the another matrix is as it is. After that you have to add these two matrices, and you have to apply addition property here. So 2 plus y is 2 plus y, and 6 plus 0 is 6, and 0 plus 1 is 1. 2x plus 2 is 2x plus 2, and the whole matrix is as it is. After comparing on both sides, you can use any method, the substitution method or elimination method, and you can easily get the value of x and y. If now this is your last example, and in your last example there are 3 matrices, and you have to find the value of capital A. It means that you have to multiply these 2 matrices, these 3 matrices. First of all, you have to multiply first 2 matrices. After getting the result, you have to multiply this by the third matrix, and you can easily get the value of capital A. And here you can use the multiplication method here. So these are your 3 examples based on the multiplication, addition, and the value of x and y. So this is a very important topic. So I hope you all will understand this topic. Thank you.